What's going on, guys? Has it been a while? I know it's been a while for me. I don't even know where I am anymore. I just don't know where I am. Welcome to the Geeking Off podcast. Unfortunately, tonight, this will be a solo night in the podcast. My co-host, Macro, he sent me a message. He found Hobo Alley, and he butt-fucked Hobo Alley. And he has an STD, and unfortunately, can't join us tonight. Yeah, so I'm all alone. It's been a while since we got personal and close. But let's roll an intro.
Computers, gaming, retro gear, devices, tech reviews, and more. Geeking Off with
And you're geeking off with me tonight. All by my lonesome, running the show the best I can. The best I understand. Tonight, I've got some interesting topics to talk about. I really wanted to rant about what I saw happen in my YouTube feed. As some of you may or may not know, what comes up in my YouTube feed now is different kind of content. It's not about computers. It's not about Linux. It's about something that I'm finding very, very interesting. And it's the concept of homesteading, living in your own home off the grid. Now, when you're doing said research, you run into some things. These channels. And they're everywhere, all over YouTube. Besides that one. One of them I've been watching is Life in a Box. This guy lives in southern Arizona in the desert in a tiny house. This individual is named Jessi, and him and his wife run a channel called Peer Living for Life. And in this channel, they live in the northern United States, in Idaho, next state over. Totally different environments, right? Keep that in mind for what I'm going to say later. They live in two separate environments. Now, another thing between these two, one is very, very wealthy, runs an online business, and makes some cash flow. The other they do online things as well, but they're not as rolling in the cash. You know, they're the poor homesteaders, the poor ones. You know, they don't got a lot of that money. I'm going to move on. I swear. Now, Peer Living for Life uploaded a video on the problems they were having with their solar system. Right now, I have been researching solar systems like crazy to make a simple, small setup for that tiny RV that I have. And so I run into these kind of channels, and I follow them quite a bit, actually. But they live off grid. They've got, everything. Well, not everything, but they're trying to make everything happen the way they want it to on their land by using solar power. Now, from my research, yes, solar power it's insane. I have been struggling with it in my own mind because I want a simple, small setup. But I came up with something a little bit better than what these two guys are arguing about. All right, so life in a box. We've got a guy here. He lives at the end of this big old fan. It's kind of like a wash that comes off a mountain in Arizona. Okay. Now, as you can see, this guy is spending a lot of money. A lot of money. That's a pretty little setup there, isn't it? And these guys, they're living in the mountains. They're doing what they can with what they with. It's what you got. Now, where I had a problem with this particular individual on he's trying to explain how he does solar. Okay? So he sits here in this video and kind of critiques the other guy's video, And I'm trying to find a point here where he's eating a burrito when trying to prove his point. Now, he goes on about saying, if you're going to do something, you got to do it right. If you're going to set up your solar system, you got to do it right. Just like he did. But I think this guy's got like a $30,000 Tesla battery in there. And a ton of solar panels. That's a lot of money to invest. As where Peer Living for Life were given the charge controller, I believe, I'm not sure, the batteries were given to them as well. I believe they purchased the solar panels. They basically did it on a budget because they didn't have 30 grand to buy a Tesla battery for their solar system. Yeah, seriously. There's YouTubers who make video about other YouTubers because their solar system sucks. It's like the tech world, you know what I mean? Yeah. That iMac, that thing's a piece of shit, It's like, what the hell? And I'm seeing the same kind of stuff with adults here. Just because one man has a little bit more budget and know-how than another. I don't think that's right. The guy's just trying to set up a solar panel. Is confused because, well, first of all, he got his solar panels free. Pretty much. I mean, he got it for a pretty good cheap price. He tried to make it work. It didn't work because he's got long cables and the wires are all screwed up. I mean, we're talking about a guy who's been trying to get his water system going. And trust me, it's pretty hard when you got rocks and water coming down a dang mountain. It's a little bit different when you live in a dry desert and you don't have that problem. Which brings me another point. Life in a box has a lot of sun. He's down there in Arizona. That sunshine is shining all the time. A lot of sunshine. When you're living in the north, we get more sunshine in the summer, kind of, when it's not raining. But for the most part, especially in the winter, you got snow, you got a lot less sunlight because the sun likes to hide behind the dang mountains because the days are shorter in the north. So you got to deal with that because he's in the mountains. What do you expect? Now, this guy here, he rambles on about, and he talks, he's saying that their system is unsafe while he's eating this burrito, or I don't know, whatever it is grilled, and that's some pretty looking food. Look at that food. That's some high-class stuff there. Someone's cooking good for him. Anyways, he doesn't understand the situation of the other. He doesn't understand it. I don't even think he watched the videos because in his video, he said they were from Colorado and they're actually from Idaho. So he just reacted to this. He just reacted to it, and is beating up this poor couple, trying to grill them. I guess you'd call it roasting. He's trying to roast these couple. For what? Because they got a poor man's solar system? Wow. It's great. It's great. It's great this guy is doing very successful, has a lot of money. But to make a video picking on them who have no money so they can't get the same technology as he does. I just why? Why? Oh. Okay. With that, I'm going to end with that. This is what you find when you start researching solar panels on YouTube. So, yeah. All right, let's move on to what I'm planning for a solar setup. A little bit different from these two guys, because I'm not going to sit there and worry about it. I'm going to pick the solar system I want. Now, I've already got the panels for this thing, but I run into these little guys. As you can see, that's a pricey little bastard. This one's a 1100 watt power bank. It's a solar generator. Basically, what this device is a charge controller, a battery, and an inverter with an LCD screen all in one box. And you see where I'm going here? When I'm researching solar, I'm finding a lot of these complicated setups. They're fighting over the charge controllers, the wiring, the batteries, or even having, products that Jessi was saying, having products that, they're all the same, from the same company, same manufacturer. It's like computer parts or something, But what if somebody, I was looking at it, I'm wondering, is there somebody that makes a device that does all of that into one? Sure enough, somewhere out there in the world, someone invents stuff like this. And it blows my mind. This thing's got USB ports, it's got DC ports, or cigarette lighter ports, whatever you want to call them. And then you got your your regular 110s here. This is beautiful. Beautiful invention. And there's different models I've kind of noticed. Some of them got the lithium-ion batteries. I would probably recommend a lithium-ion battery because you can drain those suckers and refill them up later. And the other batteries are kind of how much you drain them. A lithium-ion, at least you could drain the frick out of it. But at least that's not $30,000. But it would help somebody who's living in an RV and needs some power to charge their, plug their laptop in, charge their phone, cool some beer. That's all it needs to do. Really? That's all it needs to do. Now, will it work? I'm not going to get this particular model, but I'm looking into a lower end one just to kind of play with this technology to see what it can do. They can go anywhere down to a couple $100, but you get like only 220 watt hours. So yeah, that's 60,000 milliamps. Well, it's kind of small. It's only $220. And all I want to do is connect the solar panel to it so it charges phones and devices pretty much. Will it run a house? Probably not. But if you got multiple of these things, maybe the bigger one. Ooh, yeah. Solve a lot of people with solar. If you're searching for solar, look for a device that does everything in one except for the panel. Otherwise, you have to put a lot of stuff together. Unless you like building. If you like building one of these, like a computer, go for it. It'll work out. Yeah. Building power with portable solar generator. This is a small one. I think this would be something good worth testing. Playing around with. You got some that look like computer towers. Okay. Look at this one. Huh. This one does accept solar, though, does it? No, this is just a regular UPS. Doggone it. It's a cool looking UPS, but it's, yeah. It's a UPS. Basically, yeah, that's what I'm looking for, is a UPS that you can connect to solar. Does that make sense? But the UPS has got to hold a lot of power. Enough to, like, for example, charge your phone multiple times a day, depending on how much it dies, or how much you use it. And then you got, what, tablets? I mean, how much electricity do we really use nowadays compared to how we used to? If you really think about it, we do waste a lot of power. A lot of power. So I want to take a look and see what's going on in the chat world. Oh, Gary! Yeah! And somebody's drunk and somebody's high. Well, welcome to the show. While I do some shopping for a new way to solar panel, because people on the internet are arguing about it. There's the old classic generator, and trust me, I've thought about it. Okay, well, what's this thing on? Yeah, it says durable series. Now it needs to be DC chargeable, doesn't it? Like this guy. So this will probably charge your cell phone about, I don't know, 5 times. Yeah. But it doesn't have solar connections. Nope. I'm trying to look for something really weird and freaky I've never seen before. This is how Anthrax shops online. I'm looking for weird devices that nobody's ever heard of. Huh. This one's a portable solar, it's a portable generator. Solar powered. It's got a crappy color, though. I don't know if I like that color. It's yellow, easy focus. It's got a little battery capacity of 100%. Got some USB ports. For DC volts. But they're only 3 amps. It's not very powerful. But you got the USBs there. And the power plugs on the back. Oh, it's got solar input, but that's a weird plug. That's a different kind of plug. Looks like almost like a microphone plug on it. Yeah. Gary brings up a good point. Does the RV have a generator? No. The RV that I got is so small that was an extra feature in the RV. So I guess you can say the engine is the generator it has. Because I can probably connect one of these things. These things can also charge by, the cigarette lighter in your car. So yeah, if you need a generator, start the engine, cook that, charge that battery up on a rainy day. Probably use it for air conditioning too. Why not? Yeah. Oh, this one looks like an old Macintosh. I don't know why it looks like an old Macintosh to me. Probably because the word power's in that as well. If anyone is getting the reference here, good luck with that. Yes, I'm making a pun on Apple here. This one's got it's got an LCD on the back. Got watts, input, output. Those DC plugs are almost big enough, you can stick something in there. I wonder what you could stick in that thing. Okay, well, yeah, 500 watt hours. You could probably, yeah. If it's really 500 watt hours, that's not bad. For how much these things go for. But what's the solar plug look like? Hey, go back to that picture, you stupid thing. Where's your solar going to? Okay, there's your... No, solar? It's got solar, but it doesn't show in the picture where the dang solar plugs into, so I can't see the port. Unless that's it. Oh, it's one of those. Okay. It's at the bottom. It's a teeny port. Yeah, the Mac Pros, they were an interesting computer back in the day. Very, very, very classic. All right. So should I take this this podcast to a darker mood? I don't know if I'm ready for that one yet. Maybe. Let's do it. Okay, I'm trying to find my right tab. Now, here is another YouTuber. I don't know why I'm picking on YouTubers tonight with this whole thing, this whole travel thing. Picking out another one, and outdoor travel channel. He does a podcast. But in this podcast, he gets really pissed at how young people are using YouTube to make money. He's really upset about it. He hates the e-begging. He hates what's going on this website. This guy is so pissed he gave up his RV life because he says, you know what, I ain't doing that. Yeah. He calls people who make money on YouTube and do internet, the whole fame thing. He says they're cheaters of life because they make money doing something they enjoy. He's all upset that the young people who they need to go through the cycle of eat, work, sleep, eat, work, sleep, eat, work, sleep. You got to do that every day. You got to earn your keep. You can't make money off the internet. You can't ask people for money on the internet. And it looks like to me this guy tried to do it, but got really pissed off that he couldn't do what they were doing. Yeah, that's how that works. Pisses me off. PowerBook 3G. Ooh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Well, leading on to that, people making money on the internet. There's just something wrong about that, right? Oh, excuse me. But on to the next thing. It's what's going to happen next. As of right now, the Geeking Off series, if you haven't noticed, has been kind of on a hiatus or had its last season. If some of you haven't noticed, but the episode where I talk about all the epic fails, that was the finale of Geeking Off. I either wanted to take it into a season 2 or rebrand it. Especially rebrand it now that my life is going to be, something different. I'm doing different things and, it's just crazy. So right now, what I'm going to put on the Antwerp poll. From the next one, yes, everyone agrees Hobo Alley's a fraud. We know that. By the way, she did do some work on her van. She made a video of her taking some rust out. That was it. The end. Now, originally it was going to be called Geeking Off Season 2. But now I'm looking at Geeking Off RV Edition. Ooh. Okay, well, we'll put that one on there. Or Geeking Off in an RV. Or, you know what? I'm going to add another option onto this thing. Let's see. How do I say just send other use contact. There. I want to add that option on there. Yeah. But since Geeking Off has already had its finale, it's either rebranding it or just calling it Season 2. But I really don't want to go with Season 2. I want to go with how it's going to develop, which is I don't even know how it's going to develop yet. Season 1 is about Linux. And I go, Season 1 will be about Linux. Season 2 will be about RV. And Season 3, if I get there, the homesteading season. Yeah, that's how it goes. Geeking Off Part 2, RV Adventures. All right, I'll put that in there. I'm going to put that one in there. I'm going to add that one as an option. So, add another option. Why not? Okay. What else we got in here? Answer it. 2 electric boogaloo. Boogaloo. Well, we'll call that your second. I don't even know what that second word is, dude. It's boogaloo? Boogaloo? Okay. Yeah, it's a good name for what it is. Why not? We'll put that in there. All right, any crazy more options we can add here? And how long should we run this poll? For a long time? Yeah, we'll leave it up there for a while. Oh, Wally only got 2 votes. Everyone said, screw this, I'm out. Bugalo. Bugalo. I'm probably screwing that up, especially if it's from another nation, or there's an accent to that, or I'll probably screw that up. But it makes me think of dancing. Don't know why. Okay. Oh, okay. Latin R&B? Really? That's the thing. Here, let me put that over here. Yeah. Latin music. I knew it was about dancing. I knew it was something about dancing in there. Yeah. Cool. Oh, Eclipse. I like that, though. I like it. Even though the title's kind of, but I like it, though. How did you put that? Call it Geeking Off to Buttfuck RV. Buttfuck RV. Yeah, I like it. Or should we call it Buttfucked RV? Okay. Buttfucked RV. There we go. Add option. Cool. I'm actually voting for that one myself. I like it. Hello, you're watching Buttfucked RV. Today we're going to buttfuck this RV and fix some toilet and dump our fucking tanks into a river. Geeking Off to buttfuck. Okay, you know what? There we go. We got some options. We're going to work with them and see where they go. I'm going to post that right up right now. Make sure it's all working. Because sometimes I forget to post these polls. I'll say them in the podcast. And I completely forget them. And I'm like, oh, oops. Sorry about that. Okay. Create the poll. Now is the poll on the poll? Yes, it is. There it is. What should I call the new show? We've got Geeking Off RV Edition. Geeking Off in an RV. Geeking Off RV Edition again. I don't know why I put that in there twice. I must have been stupid, Why did I put that option there twice? Oh, boy. Okay, where is it? Why did I do that twice? Because I'm stupid. Am I stupid? Where's my stupid? Where's my stupid? And edit. Yeah, I should probably put another option in there, though. You know what's funny is... Okay. I think I already got oh buttfuck in there, though. Yep. Geeking Off to oh buttfuck was that. Was the last option in there? As I screw around with my poll, I'm trying to come up with one more. Why not? And update. There. Linux powered RV. That was the best I can come up with. Actually, it was my original idea and I completely forgot about it. Oh, wow. So there's a new direction for my channel. Especially after my channel is developed. I went from making skits to making vlogs. And then I do this technical stuff. And now I'm doing RV stuff. What's next? What is next? We'll see. Well, I don't even know myself. We're just going to see where it goes. Yeah, so I want to start a new brand. You know, I have a little confession. I'm kind of bored of Linux, dude. I want to do something different. So the channel's going to be different from now on until the future. Okay? Bye-bye, guys, if you're here for that. But we are going to move forward, and yes, Linux will be a part of it. I just may not show it or not, depending if it's a good project. And another thing is I have a lot of people asking me to do more tutorial videos, update tutorial videos. The problem is these videos go out of date too quick and they're not worth posting or my time or the effort unless you pay me for them. If you really want me to do a tutorial video for you, you can pay for it because otherwise I'm not going to do one. I want to do what I want. So if you really, really want it, support it. Otherwise, things just don't have staying power in the tech world. It just keeps changing. Just like everything else in my life. And one last little bullet point I had on here was renaming the podcast. Maybe. I think it'll carry on the Geeking Off name no matter what. I have thought about renaming the podcast to something else, but the Geeking Off podcast, I would like a part of the Geeking Off name to continue on to whatever name we have in the future. Buttfuck Tech. And today, we're going to buttfuck your tech. But not recommended. Don't actually do that. Next episode on... Oh, let me see. I got to get a voice for that. Next episode of Buttfuck RV. Oh, no, I think I need an echo on that. Next episode of Buttfucked RV. We work on Anthrax Tin Can Shaggin' Wagon. Gary. 47. Wow. I ran through my bullets pretty quick. It's kind of quick when you don't have any co-host to kind of spice up the show. But I just kind of wanted to give a little update, do at least some show. And I wanted to bitch about these two that are going freaking out on solar panels. Let's just say I found a solar solution. I'm going to give it a try. We're going to see where it's go and work with it from there. You know, this is what we do. So I'm going to wind down this episode and close it down. But vote. But Buttfucked RV's got my vote. I got to do that right now. Buttfucked RV is going to be my vote. Up on Anthrid.com. I think it's going to win. So from this time, and hopefully next week, everyone, I can get... I don't even know if I'm doing a show next week. Because I practically pulled this show out of my ass. Yeah, I did. I really did. But hopefully next time, I can come up with something better because I'm just out of ideas. But we'll see what happens in the journey. Do got a vlog in record, so look forward to that. May throw another one of those vintage vlogs up here and there, and maybe a Japan vlog here and here. I just got that stuff kind of just sitting around on my computer, and I'll throw it up, when the channel's dry. Because I got life to live. I gotta go live my life. So with that, I gotta go live my life. This has been Anthony from Anthware. And from this time, and every time on, folks, keep on clicking. Oh. How's the dog? Totally keep the dog quiet. Good night. Good night, everyone. Oh, this episode sucked balls. We'll see you in the next one. Screw this.
over here. A lot of science.
Gary will be next co-host of the Butt Fucked RV.